Hello and welcome to this Line Blitz 2 Season 61 playoff preview. Okay, no. So, let's start with the rookie leagues and work our way up to the vet league in Strawberry League. So, let's start with the rookie leagues and work our way. Sorry about that replay. So here it looks like, possibly we. Okay, so in the Alpha Division, Maya Scheme looks to have the Alpha Division locked up because even if they lose and Anchorage Terror wins, they'll still have more wins. Same with Beta Division. Looks like Louisville Grays have that locked up over the Elon Phoenix. And in the Gamma Division, Anchorage Pioneers look to be in. So we got 3 teams in. So the fight appears to be for the wild card, which looks to be between the Spokane Vultures and Elon Phoenix. Let's see here. Elon Phoenix has Kansas City Blow this week, final week of regular season. Okay, I'll look at that game in a minute. The Spokane Vultures have the Virginia Cigars. So let's look at the Elon Phoenix Kansas City Blow matchup. This would be, and then actually for the number 1 seed is still up in the air technically between Anchorage Pioneers, Louisville Grays, and Maya Scheme, barring, if the Pioneers win, right, against the San Diego Wolves, which looks pretty possible. It should be actually. I mean, the Pioneers have the best record in Strawberry League, and the San Diego Wolves appear to be basement dwellers. So let's assume that happens. That should give the Pioneers the number 1 seed, which means they would host the wild card team. Looking at the matchup, the Elon Phoenix matchup versus Kansas City Blow. Look at this. It looks like Kansas City Blow has the better total offense on the year, even though the Elon Phoenix have the better record. It looks like Elon Phoenix like to run. They're right about the same in points scored, though. Elon Phoenix is 7th overall. Kansas City Blow is 8th overall. Here's the big difference, and quite possibly, this is a reason why I'm leaning towards the Phoenix to win this one. Number 2 defense in the league for the Phoenix versus the number 8 defense points scored for Kansas City Blow. So let's look at the coaching staffs. Elon Phoenix is coached by Dallas Cowboy fan and 4chan citizen. It looks like that's a powerful combo there. And, Kansas City is the other football. Let's look at other footballs. Kansas City roster now. Yeah, pretty much CPU. That does not bode well for them. Whereas the Phoenix, their roster. Oh yeah, a lot of Dallas Cowboy fan. Almost all Dallas Cowboy fan dots. So Yeah, I'm gonna say that Elon is gonna win this game, and we will see in the first round of the Strawberry League playoffs. We would that would match them up against um, the Pioneers, Anchorage Pioneers. This is what I'm guessing how it's going to play out. I just want to quickly look at the Pioneers to see their inactive owner. 4chan is the general manager. So 4chan's on both teams. Again, a lot more CPUs. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, given the inactive owner of the Pioneers, and I still think the Pioneers will win this week. Then, like we said, they've locked up. They're in the playoffs. Um, but I don't know, with an inactive owner and that many CPUs against Dallas Cowboy fan and a full roster, I think that we could see a upset, if you want to call it that, in the first round. Let's see, that would put Maya Scheme versus the Grays. That could be a really good one in the first round. Let's see if these two have played and how that played out. Um, this is Maya Scheme, so it's the Grays. Let's see. Don't know if they played. Gray. They did play early in the season, and Maya Scheme beat the Grays. So let's quickly look at these two rosters and see who theoretically um, Elon would play. Chase Crawford, a full roster with a couple of superstars. And going, that's the Grays we said, right? And Maya Scheme, not as much. They've not as full. Only a couple. Ooh, that could be a really good game. The coach we said is Frandy. Um, Overall record not all that strong either. Looking at the Strawberry League, I don't know that it's that strong of a league compared to the other rookie leagues. Um, I think that Dallas Cowboy fan and Elon Phoenix is going to rise from the ashes and win the season 61 Strawberry League championship. And with that, we will move on to still in rookie Cherry League, and it looks like not on autopilot has locked up the Gamma division, and Black Aces has locked up the Beta division. And I think that Gru's minions will take the Alpha division because looking at their matchup, Gru's week 14, Gru's minions has the 3-10 Eugene Thunder. So even if autopilot beats the Michigan Panthers, which is very plausible, Gru's minions appear to have the tiebreaker. So looking for wild card. It looks like the wild card is between Orlando Renegades and How Demoralizing. And right now, How Demoralizing. Yeah, so How Demoralizing wins. They're in. Because they have a slight advantage via the draw. So really, How Demoralizing holds their fate in their hands. Let's look at Black Aces have and one Street Ball. So it's a game that, on paper, Black Aces should win. Looking at the two teams' records, just looking at the two teams' records, and not on autopilot has the Panthers, which, again, that's a game on paper that they should win. So, let's go with that scenario that those teams all win, and it is as it is. If that is the case, right, it looks like we're going to see Black Aces going in number one, which means they would get the how demoralizing, right? I want to look at Black Aces for a second. That is owned and coached by Ace of Spades. A good coach. These are all Ace of Spades dots. Yeah, I'm going to give. That's going to be a good game. That would be a good game. There's upset potential there. I mean, how demoralizing are no slouches. They have a great defense coached by Vipermaw82. Their offense is fairly one-dimensional. I think that Ace of Spades is a good enough coach that he would be able to key in on that. I will say that there is some upset potential. So let's say the Black Aces wins that one. Grooves versus Autopilot. Wow, that one could go either way. This Cherry League is all playoffs is all rugged. I mean, if we look at not on autopilot, that team is my brother's account that I coach. Originally started out as a team that was on autopilot, and then we picked up a couple players, and I couldn't just let it go on autopilot. I had to sit there and game plan and scout and stuff. So that's in our advantage, but our disadvantage is we have a ton of CPU players. Although we are sitting at 10-3, I think, and the number two seed. Whereas Grew's Minions, right, owned by Sid Black, and it looks like those are Sid Black accounts. So I think Sid coaches this team as well. Certainly more human players than CPU players, and a good number of superstars. I'm going to give the advantage to Grew's Minions here in this matchup. So we are going to have Grew's Minions versus Black Aces in the. I'm going to say Grew's Minions versus Black Aces, and I am going to give this. I'm going to say this. The Black Aces. I'm going to go out there and predict the Black Aces will be the Season 61 Cherry League rookie champions. Moving to Banana League, Rookie Banana League. Right? Arguably the toughest of the three rookie leagues. In the Alpha Division, Cybertron / GE's Florida Greeters have the Alpha Division locked up. Vipermaw's 2021 Cornhuskers have the Beta Division, coached by me, have the Beta's Division locked up. And Cavo's Revolutionize has the Gamma Division locked up. And it looks like Quality Control is going to be the wild card from the Gamma Division at 10-3. Number one, Revolutionize would play against Quality Control, arguably the top two teams in the league, even though the Cornhuskers are 11-2. If you look, I mean, Revolutionize and Quality Control both had each other in the Gamma Division, and they both ended up with very, very, very respectable records. So let's look at that. They just played in week 13, I think. And no, that was Quality Control versus Oh, unless it was week. Let me go to this. Let me go to quality control. Maybe they played in ladder. Maybe they didn't. I thought they played against each other. Oh, here we go. Wow, look at that. On August 17th, Revolutionize won by 7. Um, wow, that will definitely be a game of the week right there for sure. Um, I'm gonna go with let's see. Let's look at Revolutionize here. Yeah, undefeated. If anybody can beat Cavo, it's quality control. Um, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna play out as the records go. So let's give this one to Cavo, which means he's gonna go all the way because we have the Cornhuskers versus the Greeters. I believe Cornhuskers did beat the Greeters in regular season. Graders, sorry. Like the Walmart Greeters. Yeah, that was a close one. Oof, look, another great matchup. Two great first round playoff matchups in this league. That's why I said the Banana League is so good. Um, it doesn't really matter who wins this one because Cavo's Revolutionize. I'm saying that I'm predicting that they will win Banana League. I believe that they are the not only the number one team in Banana League, but number one team in the rookie tier. So it looks like they will be the season. Revolutionize will be season 61 Banana League champions. That's my prediction. Moving on to sophomore. There's only 2 sophomore um, leagues. Ganymede League um, in Alpha Division, 93-94. Viper Moz, 93-94. Nebraska Cornhuskers. Not only hold the uh, Alpha Division, but they look like they're the number 1 seed. Yep. Uh, in the Beta Division, MLF Anglers will be in the playoffs. And in the Gamma Division, still up for grabs, possibly. Let's see here. The Raiders have a 1-game lead, but let's see, the Raiders are playing against Texas Mojo. So that game could very well decide um, Gamma and Wild Card. So actually, you know what? It looks to me like both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. It's just who's going to have who's going to play against Nebraska. But let's try to predict this game. They played each other once already, and they should have played each other once already back in the beginning of the season, very beginning of the season. Look how close that was. Who coaches? I know that DL Kirk coaches the Raiders, and I know that um, it's been a bumpy ride, but they've still managed to be top of the tier. Not top of the tier, sorry, top of their division. D99. Wow. I'm not. I've seen the name, but it's not a name that I've spoken that often. I'm gonna say that based on that, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna keep the Raiders as the Gamma Division champions, Mojo as the wild card, which means Mojo will lose to the 93-94 Cornhuskers in the first round, and that's gonna put the Raiders versus the and that's kind of good. Hopefully, it works out that way because DL Kurt, I believe, is on the Nebraska. Um, I believe he's the defensive coordinator for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, along with Viper Maw. These guys are all me and Jay are all kind of what we call LOL coaches. We're just kind of consulting, kind of just on the roster, on the coaching staff. But all the heavy lifting, I believe, is Viper Maw and DL Kurt for the Cornhuskers. So I think the Corners are going to win, and then that puts us Raiders versus Anglers, and let's see who won that in the regular season. the Raiders. They lost to the Anglers. And the Anglers are another interesting team there. This is what I mean about the. I think this is an alt account. I don't know who owns it, but again, that's not somebody that I see a lot in the forums or on GLB2 Academy. You know what? Let's do this. Let's look at their roster. They're all by NW Bach. It appears so. Interesting. I gotta say, I would love to see. You know what? Because I don't know NW Bach, although it looks like NW Bach is favored to win this one. I'm going to say I really want to see a Cornhuskers versus Raiders championship game, and Vipermont 82 versus DL Kurt. Vipermont 82's Nebraska Cornhuskers versus DL Kurt's 2001 Raiders. And they know each other so well. Because it's going to be an iffy if the Raiders make it. I'm going to, and I'm gonna predict the Cornhuskers are going to be the season 61 Ganymede League champions. That's going to be my prediction. All right, Callisto. Dynamis Gillowice Lions have the Alpha Division locked up. Hanna-Barbaric have Gamma Division locked up. And we quite possibly have a game here between the Frogs and the Adams. And yes, wow, that looks like that might have to be a game that we do today. Let's see. The first one that just like stands out, screams like we have to stream this game. And this would be, I'll see what time this is, but that's going to be like Nano Frogs at Springfield Adams. And although, let's see. Yeah, I mean, again, they're going to be in the playoffs. It's just going to matter who takes the beta, who honors of the beta division title, and who's going to be the wild card, who's going to get to play Hanna-Barbaric. The other team probably would play against Glowweiss and probably win and face off. So one of these two teams gets to play against Hanna-Barbaric. The other team gets to play against Glowweiss. If it was, wow, it might be more beneficial for one of them just to lose, or for Springfield doesn't want to lose because, well, let's see. Let's look at their matchup. This would have been early in the season. The Frogs lost. So, but if the Frogs can get more points, maybe. Or maybe points scored is a tiebreaker, sorry. So points scored. Wow, it's offense. Points scored. Oh wow. Yeah, I think the Adams have the advantage. So I'm gonna say that the Adams are gonna take the division. So the Frogs will lose in the first round to Hanna-Barbaric. I think the Adams only have one loss. So they probably only lost to Hanna-Barbaric. I'm going to say the Adams, well, they're both going to get to lose to Hanna-Barbaric. I think that Hanna-Barbaric it's probably the best team in the tier, top team in the tier. Yep. And Hanna-Barbaric will be the season 61 Callisto League champions. That's my prediction. Excuse me. That is a 2:00 game. All right. Moving on to Neptune, journeyman tier. Spamalot has Alpha Division locked up. Aztec Dragons have Beta Division locked up. Coffee Street Squirrels have the Gamma division locked up. And it is Phoebe's Dreadnoughts versus, I believe it's Phoebe's Blue Knights. Yep. I think the Dreadnoughts, I'm going to predict that the Dreadnoughts will be the wild card team. And they'll have to face off against Spamalot, and will lose to Spamalot. I think Decarbo's Jarvis Street Squirrels will beat the Azteca Dragons. Sorry, Jabber Birdman. Got to go with Decarbo there. They only have one loss. I'm predicting that's to Spamalot. So they probably beat the Azteca Dragons already once. Both the Dragons and Jarvis Street are quality teams, but I think we're going to see Jarvis Street versus Spamalot. Spamalot is the top team in the tier, I believe. Yep. I think Spamalot will come out on top. Spamalot is another Cabo team. Arguably, Cabo is the top coach in the game at the moment, I believe, based on the most recent success and what he's been able to accomplish with his team. So I believe that Spamalot will be Cabo's second season 61 championship trophy here in Neptune. Moving on to my favorite tier, the professional tier, Dragon League, even has a cool name. Here, the program has Alpha Division locked up. Grape Apes have the Beta Division locked up. And Bay Area, I can tell you right now, Bay Area's best has the Gamma Division locked up because they would hold the tiebreaker on the Red Devils if Babs was to lose to the Reno Pack, which it doesn't look like they would. And so both teams, both Screaming Red Devils and Babs will probably should win this week. Babs keeping the lead, the 1-game lead over the Screaming Red Devils, which is unfortunate for the Screaming Red Devils. It's going to come down between House Party, the Cornhuskers, and Day Shift Strippers for the wild card. Let's see. House Party has the Piranhas, so they will probably win. Cornhuskers have the program. That's going to be a 1 o'clock game. We gotta do that one. We have Cornhuskers at the program. So, yeah, even if both teams win, it appears that House Party has the advantage, the tiebreakers, because they have a tie record right now, and House Party's placed ahead of them. There's a small chance that, I don't see House Party losing. I see them putting up a bunch of points. So I'm going to say that House Party is going to be the wild card. So then it's between Grape Apes and the program. The program did beat Grape Apes. Let's look at points scored. Believe. Whoops, that's not what I want to look at. Points scored. That's what I want to look at. This matchup. Grape Apes. Points scored 694 versus the program's points scored. Yeah, I think that program's going to be the number 1 seed. Unless, let's see, Grape Apes have who? Day Shift. Yeah, I don't think the Days Drift is going to beat. They did upset the program for the program's only loss this season. The Grapes Apes only loss this season is to the program. Um, I don't think that Day Shift is going to beat Grape Apes, so I think it will be House Party to play against the program, which bodes well for the program because they've had good games with House Party that have favored the program. That would put Grape Apes versus Bay Area's Bests, and I think the Grape Apes will beat Bay Area's Best, and it's going to come down to the program and Grape Apes again, and um, I'm running out of tricks, but I've got to take my program to win their second championship back to back. I gotta be optimistic. So taking the program to be Dragon League season 61 champions. That brings us to the veteran tier, the two veteran tiers. In the Mummy League, we have the San Diego Aztecs that have secured the Alpha Division. We have Church of the Holy Zone that has secured the Gamma Division. And now let's look out how Beta plays out. Sweet Sound of Zone has to play against the Lizards. And Southside. Who does Southside play against? Southside plays against Plainville. So look, those are some good games. Don't let the 5 and 8 Lizards fool you. I'm gonna go with Sweet Sound of Zone winning, and even if Rebels win, um, which they should, although don't count Plainville out. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. How it sits. Um, that means the number one seed would be Church of the Holy Zone versus Ghanim's Church of the Holy Zone versus Southside Rebels, and I gotta sticking with how it sits. Give that to the Church of the Holy Zone. And Aztecs versus the Sweet Sound of Zone. And give that one to the Aztecs. And I'm gonna go with my boy, Ghanima. He might have the number one. How is his team in it? He is number one in the tier, not just the division, but the whole veteran tier, and hasn't had too many losses on his road to vet. So I'm gonna say give another championship to Ghanima. All right, and wrapping things up with the Franco League, we have in the Alpha Division Riff. In the Beta Division, that's Raid's project spelled backwards, and I'm not going to bother to try to pronounce it. Sorry, Raid. And in the Gamma Division, we have the New Jags, and it looks like our wild card is locked up, the Steroid Sloths. So the Steroid Sloths get to play Raid's project. And based on records and slots have been interesting. 10-3 record, very good. Dr. Edgar would tell you that he feels his team's underperformed a little bit, although I will tell you they are on a tear as of late. Keeping with the theme of it's kind of going with how things are going. No one's beat Raid's project yet in this division, in this sort of league. So I'm going to say that in first round, Raid's project, great game. Raid's project beats Steroid Sloths. Riff beats the Jags. And then I don't know who's gonna. No, actually, I think if I look at Raid's project, I think the Cabo, yeah, is gonna do that. So we're gonna see another Cabo versus Elix and Adderfist. Even though Cabo is on this roster, I believe that Elix is the one that, and Brett might be the ones that do their thing here. Let's look at overall records, including ladder. Yeah, Rage Project is second in the tier to Ghanama's team. I'm gonna predict that Raid's Project is going to be the season 61 Franklin League champions. So with that, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the show.